Hello everyone, welcome back to Emmy's Bookshelf. Welcome to my vlog of the Christie's Missing Readathon. For the 11 days of the Christie's Missing Readathon, I will be vlogging. I'm having a late start today as it is now the end or closer to the end of the third, and I had my work day. I was really busy this morning, so I did not manage to get in a morning clip as I had planned, but that's okay. But anyways, I want to show you my TBR. So it's this. I had originally had a different Christie in as my book club online, my Facebook book club's Agatha Christie. So I'm switching that out and I'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, I'm reading the Cineford Mystery. That's my goal for tonight. I want to read it. I want to finish it and read it all in one sitting so I can watch the show, because unfortunately my Agatha Christie DVD that I have out from the library is due back. I could watch it somewhere else, find it another copy, but that's what I have right now. I also, like I said, have this one. So this is what my online book club chose to read instead, Hercule Poirot's Christmas, which I have read before. I've forgotten who did it, so I'll be reading it for a new again. So it's exciting. I love that edition. I have another edition right here. So I'm not sure which one I'll read it in, hardback or paperback. But yes, this one, I love those little black Leviathan animal ones. So yes, whatever that publisher is, I enjoy them. So those are my two Christies for this week, as I was going to read them in December anyways, and I better read them during this readathon. Next, I also have my Agatha Award winner, which is this one, Manderley Forever. It's so funny because in my wrap-up video I posted yesterday, I was like, I'm not reading any nonfiction in December. I totally forgot that this is a nonfiction. I put it on my TBR. Oh well. So this one is a biography of Daphne du Maurier. So actually, I haven't read much of Daphne du Maurier's work, so it'll be interesting. But it's short, and I will be giving it a whirl this week. So that'll be fun and exciting. And then I also have an audio for an award nominee, or yeah, it was a, well, that was a nominee actually, but an Agatha Award winner sequel was the September Society by Charles Finch. And I'm listening to that on audio. So I don't have a physical copy, but I'm listening to that one this week. Haven't started it yet though. And then I needed a romance. So I threw two Christmas romances on there. Dreaming of Christmas by T.A. Williams and The Christmas Tea Shop by Darcy Bowen. Although I am going to be probably reading some Christmas romances on my Kindle, as I discovered I have a lot. And to be honest, I am very upset that I found out that Kindle does not pay, or Amazon does not pay Kindle authors or authors for Kindle books unless you've finished the last page. Very upset about that. So I'm going to probably be reading some Kindle books, Kindle romances, because I have some of those, and I would like to get those done so I can actually, well, I did go to the last page of every single Kindle book that I have, so that way all of the authors that I bought books from are now paid, because I paid money, so Kindle or Amazon should not keep the money instead of giving that to the authors. That's how they have their money apparently. But I have now done that, and I want to probably read those books now that I have, you know, been looking at those summaries and looking at them thinking they're sounding interesting. Anyways, I have some romances on my potential list. And I've decided to challenge myself, because even though this looks like a giant TBR for 11 days, I can read about one book a day if I'm really, really doing a good streak, or I can read maybe 1 to 2 books every 5 days. That's low. I can read 2 books in 5 days if I'm having a really great streak. So these 3 books, especially when they're Agatha Christie, they won't be too bad. These ones will take me a day or 2, and I plan on having these 2 done by the weekend. And then honestly, I'm going to be flying through these books. I know I'm going to have so much extra time to read. So I figured I'm going to try chapter tags. So that will already be out by the time you see this video, but I'm trying a chapter from these 4 Agatha Christie's, along with one that I have on NetGalley, which is called The Christie Affair. So I will be reading one of these as well this week. So you'll be seeing that as well. But anyways, let's get into the reading tonight, and then I will hopefully have a good report for you in a little while. Also, let's talk about some plans, because I did want to mention something. On Sunday, I am going to go to a book fair. I really hope I remember to go to the book fair, so I'm going to put a reminder in my calendar. But then also tomorrow, I'm going to be going to the library, picking up a hold, dropping off a few things, but also picking up a hold, which is a graphic novel of Cards on the Table by Agatha Christie. We're adding to my TBR already. But it's a graphic novel of Cards on the Table, which I think is going to be really fun to check out during this readathon. I'm just piling it on. So there's lots of fun things going on there. And then I have book club coming up next week on Wednesday, and it's just going to be so many fun things. I can't wait to see all of the different events that happen, and I can't wait to take you along with me. So it is now about 11:30. It's a little later than expected. After I let you in on my plans, I had to run to the pharmacy and grab some medication, which reminds me I need to take it. But anyways, then I did some sprints, and I filmed a little bit of it, but not much. I was mostly having a hard time with my migraines, but I managed to read and really get some good quality reading time in of the Cineford Mystery. So I'm not done. Normally, I would just push through and read the last 40 pages, but I don't feel capable of that right now. So I'm just gonna put this off, and I will finish it tomorrow morning. It's really good. I have a suspicion, and I have kind of had the suspicion since earlier on, shall we say. So I had an idea that might be true. And I definitely was right about certain things before they were revealed. But it's a really great mystery, and I'm really enjoying it. I only have 40 pages left. But thank you to Paige for the sprints. I will link her channel down below. I was really glad to have some sprints to help me pick up this book. My migraines definitely were not encouraging me to read tonight, but I'm thankful for them. So there's that one, and I will be doing that. Also, I will be, I forgot to mention this, but I'll be watching the Cineford Mystery, which I talked about in my TBR. But I also found the Mousetrap on YouTube, and I really want to watch that. So I've been meaning to watch it for a while now, and I figure why not watch it now? I've also heard it's a great bad weather play, and they're trapped inside a house because of the snow. So I'm going to add that to my extensive plans for Agatha Christie this, 11 days. Anyways, that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, I have a Skype date or FaceTime date with my family who have moved across the ocean. So that'll be nice to chat with them. I also am running by the library and setting up Christmas tree this weekend. So that'll be fun, along with the book fair. So lots of fun things this weekend. And hopefully we'll finish off this one. This is my goal for tomorrow morning. And I also really do want to finish off Hercup Poirot's Christmas. I want to start this and finish this tomorrow. So that's my big goal for tomorrow. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. Good morning. It's about 10 now, but I have been reading, and I actually finished the Cineford Mystery, but when I woke up right away, I really loved this, and I was kind of right. So that's a nice surprise. I wasn't on the right trail necessarily, but I had a lot of nice, right thoughts. And then the person who I was suspicious of was the person, but I was wrong completely on how they did it. I'm not going to give any more clues. But I really enjoyed this one. I'm giving it a 5-star. It was such a great one. I loved how twisted and turned. I love the perspectives, and I'm going to be giving a full dedicated review of this in my next Agatha Christie review, which will be out before this vlog. So really thoroughly enjoyed this one, and I hope everyone else did too, who's read this one for the readathon. So yes, a 5-star. It gave me that very much Agatha Christie wintry feel, and it definitely involves bad weather. So I will be reading now Hercule Poirot's Christmas today, but after I get some stuff done this morning, so that'll be more of this evening's read after I also hopefully set up my Christmas tree and all that today. But we'll see if that's today or tomorrow. Anyways, I just wanted to update you on the Cineford Mystery. So I think I'm done. This is my Christmas tree. And I'm gonna put the star on with you now. When you live all by yourself, it's not that much to decorate for. But there we go. Can we see the star? And I put my stocking on the Christmas tree as I don't have a place to hang it up right now. And that's okay, it'll just hang on the tree. So there we are, the mouse trap. I'm 18 minutes in. I'm enjoying it so far. And I just want to also mention, I watched the Cineford Mystery earlier with Marple, like the Marple show, and not a huge fan. It was very different than the book. I read the book last night and finished it off this morning, and it was not the same. About 90% different, I would say. A few like the names are same in some regard, and then completely different everything. Except for the actual how done it, everything was different. So I would say that you can watch it and basically not get spoiled. So yeah, not a big fan of how they did it. It was a choice that they made. So yeah, not a big fan. I'm enjoying this though, and I haven't read it before. So with a script though, you can't really make changes. So it's gonna be fun. And I'm happy I finally have my Christmas tree up. So yay. Hi everyone. So it is now Monday night. I was really tired yesterday and didn't remember to vlog until it was too late, so sorry. But I did go to a book fair, or the book sale yesterday. So I'll show you what I got. Not too many exciting things. I got some books for work, which I won't bother showing you. But I did grab some adult books for me, which is fun. I got a few. I got Louis L'Amour. I got this one, which is called Shalako. It sounds very racially inappropriate. However, it does sound like an interesting storyline, so I will try it out. And the money's going to charity, so that's good. And then I got Kilkenny, which is also by Louis L'Amour. So this one is the sequel in a series that I want to read. I've read the first one last year, or this year. It's not next year yet. I also got Miriam, which is by Misu Andrews, and I read this one this year. Yeah, this year, and I loved it. So I saw it and I was like, I have to have this, which is nice. And then I also found Before the Fall by Noah Hawley, and I really enjoyed this one. I think I rated it 5 stars with my book club, and it's about an airplane that crashes, and basically they're going through every single person's events, like of what happened with them, all the different things, and it was just so interesting. It's a very like slow build mystery thriller, but it's like really impactful. So very interesting. So that's what I bought yesterday at the book sale. And then I was doing a bunch of video editing, so I didn't read a lot. I did start and get a good amount into Hercule Poirot's Christmas. So I didn't end up doing a bunch of reading on Sunday, which was okay with me. But I finished this one today. So there we go. I also managed to film 3 videos just now. So there's that. That's why I'm behind my setup. After I finished reading this, I was going to film my videos. Because one, I was filming a review of my most recent Agatha Christie's, and this is one of them. And then also I was filming a favorite of the years and all that stuff. And I wanted to give this one a fair shot. So there's that. Anyways, this one is about Hercule Poirot after he helps his family figure out who killed Simon Lee, who is the grandfather or father of the family. So yeah, he has 4 sons. And 3 of them have wives, and then a granddaughter comes to visit, and he's basically, Simon Lee's a really awful man. So there's that. And he basically is asking for them to kill him with his awful behavior. I'll put it that way. And one of them actually does. So there's that. Someone kills him, and Hercule Poirot is trying to figure it out. So it all happens from like the 22nd all the way to like the 26th of Christmas, or 27th of Christmas of December. And it's a very interesting way this is set up. I really enjoyed how it all worked, and I thought it was very interesting with Hercule Poirot working with the police inspector or superintendent and all of the different people involved. So I thought this one was really well done, and I gave it 4 stars. So for all of my prompts for the Christie's Missing Readathon, let's go over them. So for an Agatha Christie work, I'm going to be counting Cards on the Table, that graphic novel that I read. For a non-Marple or Poirot, I'm going to count the Cineford Mystery. And then for a Bad Weather book, I'm counting the Mousetrap. And then for a romance, this one has a romance element, and I'm going to count it. There's that. And then I have watched the Cineford Mystery and the Mousetrap, so that's an adaptation. And then I just need to read my Agatha Award, which is the Mandalay Forever. I am also currently trying to listen to the audiobook of the September Society. Although I have to be honest, I am not feeling the audiobook world right now. I don't really want to listen to audiobooks. I just want to listen to Christmas music. So I might not be listening to that one anymore. I might just go on to Mandalay Forever, and that might be it. We'll see. But I also did my Try a Chapter tag, and that I will link for you if you are at all interested in watching how I got to this decision. But I'll be also reading Aggie Morton by Martha Jocelyn. So I'll be reading that one as well. So I have so many days left until the 14th. It's only the 6th. So I figured I would throw in a Try a Chapter tag and see what I can pick up. So I'll be reading the Aggie Morton first book in that series, which I think is called The Body in the, not library, Body Under the Piano, I think. Anyways, I'll be reading that one. So that's my little mini update for you. Tonight I am just feeling like crashing. My migraine is extremely bad. So I'm just going to relax. And then this week I have a few more things. Tomorrow night I have a Christmas party. And then Wednesday night I have book club. And yeah, that's kind of it for this week of busyness. But we'll see what happens. Hello, it is now Thursday night, and I'm sorry, I've been terrible at vlogging. I've been dying of migraines this week, and I think it's due to the new mandate now in BC that daycare workers, or at least where I live, have to wear masks all day long at work. So that sucks. And I've been very, very blessed that I haven't had to all of COVID because the kids need to see my face, and apparently now they don't need to see my face to understand facial features. Anyways, I'm not going to gripe here. But I do have a bit of an update for you, I guess. I've been trying to read Manderley forever, and I was like, is it me? Is it my migraines? What is it? And I was like, it's not the book. It can't be the book. And it is the book. I mean, it might not be other books too. It might be myself as well. But the problem with this one, I think, and I'm like thinking it might be this author, is that she is writing this biography, because this is a biography about Daphne du Maurier, in first or like current or what's present tense or whatever this is. So it says like, you know, they are, or they're going, or as he goes to the store, or she says this, and it's like, this is a historical piece, and I'm not really loving the writing style. It also was like, 2013, as I saw this and did that, and then it goes back to when Daphne du Maurier was a child. I'm not loving this, and I'm going to DNF it at 20 pages. I'm just not ready to put more effort in. So unfortunately, I'm DNFing my Agatha Award nominee. So that means I need to figure out what I'm going to do, although I do have the September Society, which is a sequel to an Agatha Award winner, and I'm going to count that. So yes, that's what I'm going to do now. But because I don't have a physical book on the go, I'm going to be reading this one instead, Aggie Morton. I'll be reading this one as, I'm going to just pick up this as my physical book. I'm going to try reading it tonight and see if my migraine is not actually impacting the reading, but it's the book itself. So that's my new physical book for the Agatha Christie Readathon. So I just finished the first 65 pages of this, or I'm on page 65, and I am really enjoying it. So it must have been the book and not me, although I am not feeling really energetic right now. I feel like I just need to go to sleep, and it's only 10 o'clock, but that's okay. I'm gonna listen to my body. Anyways, I really wanted to just come on and say that I'm really glad I'm picking this up again. This one is so funny with Aggie. She's imagining people and how they suddenly will die a murderous death. And it's just like, no normal child probably dreams of those situations, and it's like only little Agatha Christie, right? And we've already seen her discover the body and how she immediately picks up on all the key details, and how she's already interrogating people, and how she was visited by the police. Oh goodness, it's just so great. This is such a fun way to tell the story. So I can't wait to read more tomorrow. But I want to say I'm already that far in, and it is way better than my previous reading experience. So I'm happy to say this is way better of experience. Hello, it is now Friday night, and I don't even remember when I last updated you, to be honest. But anyways, I have started my new Agatha Award winner. I really am not feeling audiobooks right now. So what I have been reading, I'm actually going to sit down and talk about it, or put you on a stand. So this is kind of festive. Anyways, what I have been reading, I've started Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I am not very far into it though. I'm 3 chapters in. I've been reading it as an ebook, even though I do have an audiobook of it, which I started. And I remember reading at the starting point of this, and the audiobook spoiled me. The audiobook gave an introduction, which was like, these are all the themes. And I'm like, not cool, audiobook narrator, not cool. So anyways, I'm a little mad because now I know who is Pip's benefactor, and I know all these things. So I'm a little upset. But I'm enjoying reading Great Expectations, and I love this edition that I got from Bookishly. I love Oh, I just love it. Anyways, so I'm reading this now, and I have an ebook that I am reading as well, which I'm enjoying a lot. So this is my current classics book. I plan to read A Christmas Carol this weekend. I have a 2.5-hour audiobook that I'll be listening to, which I am very excited to get my teeth into. I always read it this time of year. And then I picked up a new Agatha Award winner, or was it a nominee? I don't remember exactly. Anyways, this one's called Knit 1, Kill 2, and because I DNF'd my first of all, my Agatha Award winner for this readathon, but also because that book was my second chance author for my TBR Clue game, I needed a new second chance author. And I looked through all of my Goodreads 1-star and 2-star books, and one of the 2-star books I had given one was called, what was it, Close Knit Killer or something? Anyways, this one's by Maggie Sefton, and I have picked up the first book in that series, which was an Agatha Award winner, or nominee, whichever. And this one, it's not going well. Let me just say that. I am halfway through now, and I feel like I'm not reading a murder mystery to any standard. It's just all about knitting and about the people in town. I very little is about the actual murder that happened, so that's disappointing. I do remember that being my problem with the first book I read in the series, which I was actually book like, whatever it was, 18, 12, it was like in the teens or something. Anyways, I'm not even really enjoying this, but I'm gonna push through. I have about 100 pages left on my ebook, so I'm gonna finish it, and that way I will have finished my second chance author for that. And I realized a lot of the books I have been reading do match up with Merry Bookmas, so I have been going through the prompts for that. So for Merry Bookmas, I am choosing for the chosen one prompt, A Christmas Carol, as I can kind of see Scrooge being like the chosen one who gets to see what his choices have done. I'm going to go with that one. And then second chance which is the second chance author, which is going to be Knit 1, Kill 2, which is the book that I'm putting in second chance for everything for my TBR Clue, and is also going to be, it's covering a lot of bases. And then I'm gonna put timestamps here in case you're wanting to skip ahead from Merry Bookmas to further on in the vlog. Anyways, then I have Enemies to Lovers, which I've already read. The Christmas Bargain, which I read at the very beginning of the month, which I haven't talked about, but that'll be my wrap up. So stay tuned for later in the month or for January, whenever. For Bookception, it is going to be Aggie Morton, which of course is about Agatha Christie, who was an author. So I count that as working for it. Then for a small town book, which is going to be the Cineford Mystery because it's set in a small town. And then for a book about games is Cards on the Table because it's about them playing bridge, which is really nice. A retelling is going to be The Mousetrap, as it's a retelling of Three Blind Mice, also by Agatha Christie. And then for fake dating, I did read a book today, which is called The Make-Believe Fiancé, and this one's by V.V. Holt, I believe. And I started it last night and I finished it today, and I have thoughts, okay? And this is what we're also going to count as like one of my romances for this readathon of the Miss Christie's Missing readathon. It says it's a clean Christian romance. And yes, it's a clean one, as in there's no sex scenes. However, it's not Christian if it just has God talk at the end and, oh, this character goes to church, but we never see anything God related throughout the book. Okay? I don't mind if it's not a Christian romance. I don't mind at all. I do mind, however, you put the name on it, slap that name on there, and it's not what you're proclaiming. So, not what I like at all. Also, really crazy timelines of like, oh, we're fake dating, and this guy basically, Heath was like, I need to do fiance, or I need to be dating to be like, to convince my family that I'm serious, I'm gonna settle down. And then suddenly he's engaged to this waitress, engaged, quote unquote, who they're pretending to be engaged. And it's just like all a little bit too blown out of proportion, in my opinion. I was just like, this is a little much. I just didn't like it. And I'll have my thoughts in a wrap up. How about that? Anyways, yeah, so not a great romance, but it is a romance. So I'm going to count that as done for the Agatha Christie readathon because honestly, yeah, Hercule Poirot's Christmas isn't really a romance, even though it does have romance elements. Anyways, I haven't got a book for found family yet, but I will find one, don't worry. And then for royalty, I am going to be going with one of my TBR Clue books, which is Why Killed the Innocent. And that one is a book well, the woman killed is connected to the princess, Princess Charlotte, I think. Anyways, she's connected to royalty. And then an animal book, which is another romance I read, which is On Bended Knee. Can't remember the author's name. And On His Bended Knee. And that one was okay. I liked how it talked about trauma and, you know, that kind of element. But at the same time, it was like, oh, I'm in love with you after like 3 days. And I'm like, that's not like true love. I have a real problem with that trope if you were watching me with romances. Anyways, it's about a group of veterans, essentially, who are trying to heal and recover. And then they discover that the land that they're on does not allow for people who are not an actual family. So I guess count for found family. But they do not allow for people who are not actual related families or married families to be on the property. And I don't think that's actually legal. And so what they do is they're like, we need a married couple. And this girl comes along, she's like, I need a house because I'm gonna get you out with all my dogs. And so they're like, you get married to this guy, Dylan. And so then they do. It was a little far-fetched. You had some good moments and some what moments? So 3 stars. I read that last night too. I was like flying through books, and romances are really fast and easy to read, especially when they're short novella kind of style. Anyways, I finished those 2. So those 2 are done. So in regards to Cloak and Dagger Christmas, let's talk about that one since I'm going to go into readathon info right now. I am almost done that one. I just need to read Aggie Morton, Knit 1, Kill 2, Why Kill the Innocent, and then a team book, which is like a found family book. So I was thinking I was going to read my CSI book. I haven't picked that up since I tried earlier, and I was not loving it, but I might have been in the wrong mood, so I'm going to try again. So that's all I need to read for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. But that's all I have planned. So tonight I'm going to read Knit 1, Kill 2, even though I am not enjoying it. It's looking very much like a 2-star right now. It's not my kind of cozy murder mystery book. I definitely enjoy much more focus on the mystery element, as I have read one which I really enjoyed, and this is definitely not that style. I've read a couple actually cozy mysteries I've enjoyed, and this is not that style, so oh well. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this one off and get that one out of my way at the very least. And then I will have finished off my TBR. I'm gonna still continue reading Aggie Morton. I didn't read any more of that today because I was really like, I'm gonna finish Knit 1, Kill 2, and then I'll be like gonna reward myself with Aggie Morton. So that's my goals for tonight and this weekend. Also, I want to continue more of Great Expectations and start and finish A Christmas Carol. So grand reading plans, I know. But yeah, that's my goal for the weekend. Hello everyone, it is now December 11th and it is about 1:30 in the afternoon, 1 o'clock. I've been busy working around the house, getting stuff done, and I wanted to pop in and say I finished Knit 1, Kill 2 yesterday. It was very disappointing. I mean, I had low expectations, so it wasn't that disappointing actually. But basically the last 20% is where it actually got interesting. And it was a character who was very, very mediocre in the book. So I was like, okay. It's not like I don't like crafting, but it was very much about like, oh, here's how you knit, and here's how you crochet, and here's how you make a scarf. I'm like, this book is a murder mystery. Why aren't we talking about the murder more? I'm very disappointed. So overall, it's still a 2-star book. The first book that I read in the series was a 2-star. So it confirmed my theory that this book series is not for me. So anyways, I did pick up Why Kill the Innocent. This one will be for Cloak and Dagger Christmas, as I finished all of the prompts now for the Christie's Missing Readathon. But I'm happy to pick up another, I don't know, hopefully more mysterious one. This one's definitely more mysterious as we're going along. And I am very happy about that already. So a lot more gruesome, in fact. But yes, didn't read much. I am much more happy right now to just be watching Zumbo's Just Desserts on Netflix. I'm much more of a food reality TV show junkie, and I enjoy watching them. So watching that right now as I clean up around the house and get ready to finish doing my Christmas decorations, as I did my tree last weekend, but I didn't have enough time to do all the rest. So I'm gonna finish that up today. Hi, it is now later in the evening. I have finished reading a little bit. I haven't read any more of my Aggie Martin book, but I am going to read that later tonight. I decided to pick up a graphic novel that I had from the library, which is Odyssey, the Odyssey graphic novel. It was okay. But I have done something Agatha Christie related, and I will show you when I turn around my camera. It's easier way down the ground, but I have printed off all of Agatha Christie's novels and checked off every single one that I have read, and I've written down which ones I've read up to this point and to read. And as you can see up here, I have read 46 novels, or 46 novels and or short stories, and I have to read 23 novels and 15 short story collections. So I did that for every single one of her books. This is from the Agatha Christie website. You can print off a PDF of this all. So I did, and it's 8 pages long, but it's very fun for me. Now I know everything that I have read of her and what I have left to read, including all the short stories. So if you see, each short story collection has the name and what's included in each one. So I can check off each individual short story, and then I can know when I finish the Golden Ball, even if I haven't read the Golden Ball itself. So that's fun. So that's what I've been doing for the last little while watching some TV. I've just been enjoying my relaxing Sunday. I put together my little village up there. That was a little strange angle, but that's what I've done today. My grandmother came over and we did that. I also organized some of my bookshelves down there, which aren't visible when I've been doing my Vlogmas videos, but they've been driving me crazy because I didn't organize them because they weren't visible. So it was the way it was. But yes, now I am gonna get some dinner ready, and then I am going to probably keep watching the Great British Bake Off. I don't have access to the current seasons, or the current season, season 12. So I'm just watching old seasons, which is fun. But I am just discovered that I had access to the old seasons. So I'm going my way through those ones now. So I'm doing that, and then I will be watching or reading Aggie Martin later. And I am going to have a fun time with that. I think that's all the library books I have, aside from one library book, which I do need to read eventually. But that's the only one that I have left to read, aside from my one that is due way later in the month. So I'm not too worried about that one. So it'll be nice to get to that one later. But yeah, that's all I've done today, aside from doing a little bit of Christmas and watching baking reality TV shows. So I am just wanting to film this little update because it's like 8 o'clock on Sunday night. I had a pretty productive weekend of filming videos and now editing videos. I managed to edit all of this vlog up to this point, and it's been a pretty long vlog, but I mean, it is a not 14-day, but 11-day reading vlog, so I guess there's that. But I managed to finish Aggie Martin tonight, so this is really exciting. I'm giving this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed this, and I didn't really talk my feelings through during the reading process, but I want to talk about it now. This one was really cute and really fun. I really enjoyed how it made me feel after. This book follows Agatha, or Aggie Martin, as she is the second daughter of a widowed mother. And by the time that she is about 12 years old, her mother has decided that she doesn't want her daughter to go to school and she's going to stay home. And I really appreciated how Martha Jocelyn really took into account a lot of Agatha Christie's autobiography and a lot of other things that were published about the Victorian era when she wrote this novel. There's actually sources in the back, so you could read a lot of different source materials that she took into consideration. So I thought that was really great to include in this book. And when when Aggie is meeting with her dance teacher after several events, she suddenly comes across a body underneath the piano when she's going to be dancing. And obviously this is a shock. So she is trying to figure out what happened. We also have met before that point little Hector Perrot. And Hector is a Belgian little guy, and it is just so fun. I love Hector as a mini Hercule Poirot inspiration. He is very particular. He likes his fancy shoes. He is loving to stuff himself with hot chocolate drinks, and it is just so little mini Hercule Poirot, but not too perfect, because obviously he's the inspiration. I really loved how this one just went there. It also is trying to, it's kind of fun how Agatha is trying to inspect, but everyone's like, you're 12 years old, leave this alone. And also this is just after the Victorian age, because she is 12, so this is in like 1902. So everyone is like, be respectable, be responsible. You're a child and you are a girl, so do not do things like this. And she's also talking to a reporter, and there's all these little details, and it's just so much fun. Really enjoyable, solid 4-star middle grade mystery, and I really enjoyed this. I really am looking forward to picking up book 2 in the future. This one I highly recommend if you're interested in one of these kind of books, and I thought it was really fun to see a little young Agatha Christie. So this one was really great for Merry Bookmas with Bookish, Bookception kind of thing, but also for Cloak and Dagger Christmas with a middle grade mystery. So I really enjoyed that level of this kind of feel. And I'm really glad I picked this up for the Christie's Missing Readathon, specifically for that. But I also have finished something else. I also finished A Christmas Carol, but I actually listened to it on audio, so I listened to this one. It was read by Hugh Grant. I think that's the actor. But I really loved reading this one again. And because I have read it for the last 2 years before this year, so this is year 3, I'm very familiar with the actual story itself, not just pop culture story. So I just put it on while I was doing some things and getting my editing software ready to go. And it was really a comfy, cozy read. And I hadn't listened to that specific audiobook before, which I was really happy with. And I was happy to be back in this world for an hour and a half, based on how fast I speed up the audiobook. So it was a really great read. And this one is actually going to count for my TBR clue as well as Merry Bookmas. So this one, as I said, I think before, was my chosen one prompt, because he's chosen to see how his life is impacting the future. And these are both my last TBR clue books, which means I'm done TBR clue, and I'll be filming that this week for the next month, for the next year, so I don't have to worry about that over Christmas. So this one I'm putting into the wrench prompt, as a definition of wrench is when your emotions can be wrenched or twisted, and his feelings are definitely twisted as he sees the 3 spirits. And then for this one, I'm putting it into the revolver spot. I'm being creative because I really do want to get that video filmed early. And this one is because the revolver was invented in the Victorian age, even though it was invented in the States. And Agatha Christie was born in the vintage Victorian era. I think she was born in 1890, which is the Victorian era. So I'm going to count those 2. So I'm done my TBR clue for December, and I am really happy that I finished these 2 books. I have not made any progress on Great Expectations, but that will be my next book. It's only 8 o'clock, and I have still 3 videos to edit, as I filmed 3 videos today, and I only have 7 videos left, one of which is my TBR clue for January, but I only have 7 videos left for the rest of December to film, so that's really exciting. Of course, those are my best and worst, and most disappointing and most surprising, so not too bad. And one of them is also my Great Expectations videos, so I need to get a crack on that book. But I'm really happy with how things are going. So reading wise, I have finished 11 books so far this month, and it's only the 12th. I'm pretty happy with that. But great reading day so far. So it is Monday night. I just finished working out and then I was like, wait a second, I have a package that's supposed to be delivered today. And I was like, hopefully it's arrived because it was supposed to be up for delivery still. And it is here. So I will show you what it is. It's actually Bookish. And I was like, please let it come in time. I have opened the top part. So it is a Kindle. I bought a Kindle on the Good Friday deals. So I was like very excited. I have been struggling my Kindle app on my phone. This is really long-winded, but anyways, my Kindle app on my phone has not been working. I accidentally deleted it from my home screen and therefore I cannot open it. My home screen refuses to let me download it again, which is great. Thanks, Apple. But I have been able to only read ARCs, old ARCs, I should say, on my iPad, which is very frustrating. And I was like, I don't have my old Kindle, which I had from college, like 10 years ago. So I was like, I need a new one eventually. And I saw this deal on, Good Friday. So I bought a new Kindle. This is gonna be so wonderful. It's brand new. I mean, it was on sale and this is gonna be great. It's tiny, but oh, this is gonna be so exciting. I'm gonna plug it in and then I'll be able to download all of my ARCs onto this. That was my main purpose for getting one of these. Also, I have a bunch of Kindle books, which I would like to read, have access to aside from just on my iPad. I also don't like reading on the Kindle app, which is kind of weird. I have a weird thing about the Kindle app as opposed to any other reading app, but this will be great. I'm also glad that this is so small and I can fit this like in my purse easily, so I don't have to be carrying around a big giant book if I have it already in Kindle form. So this is exciting. I was really hoping I could show all of you my new Kindle. I'm gonna have to plug it in and then see how it goes. Hopefully it's a smooth process of getting everything transferred onto here, but yay. Hi everyone, it is now the 14th. That's what it is. That's the 14th. It is Tuesday and it is the end of my work day. And you know what? I am not actually going to be reading anything tonight as I will be finishing editing this vlog. And I'm also going to be filming my TBR Clue and hopefully editing that. I have been doing a lot of editing the last couple days and it's been really good and productive for my Vlogmas videos. So I haven't been doing a lot of reading. I have actually been reading at work on my phone for the, well, not at work on my phone, but on my lunch breaks and stuff. I've been reading The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. That's been my current book, but it hasn't been a very fast progress, I should say. It's kind of depressing, but it's about the Great Depression, so it's kind of fitting. And it's good. It is very good. But yes, I haven't been making much progress, so I didn't feel the need to tell you about it before now. However, because this is my final clip and my vlog is quite long, if you've made it to now, thank you so much for watching all the way to this point. We are going to do a quick final wrap up of what I've read. I read 10 books in the course of this vlog, and I'm going to go over them very briefly. And if I haven't talked too much about them, I will do so now. One of the first things I finished, and I never actually showed you on camera as I realized while editing, was the Cards on the Table graphic novel. This one is edited or redone by Frank LaRocque. I hope I didn't butcher that name. But this graphic novel is very, very fun. I don't want to spoil too much as it's not very long. So I'm going to get the first page to show you. So there's the first page of Hercule Poirot. And then also all the characters, which is very interesting. I didn't love the art style, but I loved reading the Cards on the Table story in a graphic novel form. This story follows four of Agatha Christie's detectives who are Colonel Race, obviously Hercule Poirot, Superintendent Battle, and Ariadne Oliver, as they are invited to a dinner where there are also four other guests who are all playing bridge, whereas the host is also there and he is murdered during the course of the night. So it's not the four detectives, but it's one of the four other guests who are obviously one of the murderers. So they have to figure out from one of those four other guests who it is. And the game is Cards on the Table because they are playing bridge during that evening. It's really fun, and I really enjoyed reading a retelling of it in graphic novel form. So that was one of my very first books of the month, my second book of the month technically. Or I should say third book of the month because I actually finished Cineford Mystery first, and this one I talked about in great detail. I loved it, and I think it was a really impressive read to start off this readathon with. and I gave it 5 stars. Really, really enjoyable. I also read The Mousetrap, or I watched The Mousetrap, and I actually watched a YouTube version as I just typed in The Mousetrap, and I will link it actually down below in my description box if anyone wants to check that version out. It was quite well done in my opinion, although I have not watched any other versions of Mousetrap, so what am I saying? I don't know anything else. But I enjoyed watching The Mousetrap and not knowing who done it and not knowing the plot line. So I do go into full spoiler thoughts in my Agatha Christie review, when I put up during this readathon, if you're wanting to know my thoughts on all of the spoilery things that I talk about in that review. I also do spoiler-free in that review as well first, so if you're wanting to know just spoiler-free sections, you can check that out too. My last Agatha Christie book that I read for this whole time was Hercule Poirot's Christmas. I read this because my Facebook group was reading this and I flew through it, so I read 3 snow-filled books of Agatha Christie, which I really enjoyed. This one I really enjoyed as well. It was bloody, it was gruesome, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed reading Hercule Poirot in this setting. So for all of the prompts, we'll go over them quick. So for an Agatha Christie book, I read Cards on the Table. For a non-Marple or Poirot book, I read the Cineford Mystery. And for a cold weather book, I read Hercule Poirot's Christmas. For watching an adaptation, I watched The Mousetrap. I also watched the Cineford Mystery, and that one felt like it was just took the name of the characters and the name of the mystery novel, and that's all they did, so it didn't really feel like an adaptation. So this one counts as my adaptation. I did also read several romances, or a couple romances, and they were Make Believe Fiance by V.V. Holt, and I really didn't like this one. I gave it 2 stars. It was like insta love while also being a fake dating trope, and that one, yeah, didn't like it. Then I also read, let me see. It was On His Bended Knee, and I can't remember the author's name, but it was about a war veteran who marries a veterinarian to save the ranch that they're living on, the war vets are living on. It was convoluted, and it was like insta love as well, which I really don't like insta love. And yeah, it had good moments and better moments, but it was still like overall it was not great. So I gave it 3 stars, but that's probably being generous. My last Agatha Christie book was A. Morton, Mystery Queen, The Body Under the Piano. And this one is by Marta Jocelyn. This one was so much fun. It's a middle grade mystery series, and it was about a young Agatha Christie when she was 12 years old, solving young murder mystery crimes. I just talked about it recently, I just talked about it in this video. So I'm not going to talk about it more, but I really loved it and enjoyed it. It was 4 stars. Highly recommend checking out this book series if you are interested in even like mystery middle grade, but also young Agatha Christie books or Agatha Christie retellings. I can't believe I forgot one of my last Agatha Christie books, which was an Agatha Award winner or nominee, which I read Knit 1, Kill 2 by Maggie Sefton. This one was a 2-star. I've already ranted about it. It did not have enough mystery element. It was mostly about how to craft, which is fine if you're reading a crafting book. But this one was mostly just about how to knit and how to do all those things. And it did not have enough of the mystery element, which is just not enough for me. So I really did not like this one. And I've decided officially that this series is not for me in any way or shape or form. So I'm glad I finished this or tried the series again. It was for many, many prompts and challenges, but it is officially done. I only have 2 books outside of those which were actually for just normal reading, and those are both pretty short. One of which was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I listened to the Hugh Grant audiobook, which I really enjoyed hearing, and it was a really well done audiobook as well. I really loved listening to that version. I have not actually listened to one before. I've always physically read it, so it was nice to just listen to in the background. It's just always feels like Christmas when I listened to A Christmas Carol, so it was great to have that. And then I also just picked up my library copy because I need to return it eventually of The Odyssey by Homer. It was okay. I didn't love. Maybe I'm just becoming an art snob because I'm now really reading a lot of classics in graphic novel form, but I didn't love the art style, and yeah, it's just not my kind of thing. And The Odyssey, I loved one translation of it, and I did not love this translation, although it wasn't awful. So yeah, anyways, that's it for all the books I read in these last 11 days. I have been reading Great Expectations, and I'm 13% through now, which is good. I do want to make more progress in that. And then I also have been reading The Four Winds, like I said. So those are my two current books right now, and I have been really enjoying both of them. So that's really exciting. Please let me know down below what were your books that you read for the Christie's Missing Readathon. I'd love to hear what you read for the prompts or what you just read that was Agatha Christie related. That'd be really fun to hear. Also, if you would like this video, if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you are new here, that would be awesome. And I will talk to you tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. Bye for now.